Okay, so everyone's tuning in now. I'm going to give you guys a small intro about me. My name is Karishma Shah and I'm an integrative health nutritionist and a weight loss coach and also a plant-based chef. So what we're going to do today is that we're making this really yummy white vegan chocolate which is infused with like real rose. Okay, so I'm just seeing everybody coming in now. Hi to everybody who's saying hi. So traditionally what happens is that when we've eaten white chocolate before, it's made from dairy products. So what we're trying to do today is that we're going to make vegan white chocolate which is completely like, it has no dairy products in it. In fact, it has like really nice yummy ingredients which have come from Urban Platter, and I'm going to get to that in a bit. So to start out, we're going to be using cocoa butter. Okay, so that's our main ingredient for making the white chocolate, because we're not going to use any dairy products, so we're not using traditional butter. We're not using those kinds of things. So the advantage of cocoa butter is that it's very, very similar to our normal dairy butter, and we can actually use it like a substitute. Okay. So what you're going to need is that you're going to need a vessel. Okay, so I've taken a pressure cooker and I'm using the bottom part of it, and then you have to fill water into it. So you have to use it like a double boiler basically, and you have to put white like a glass container on top. Okay, any size is okay. We're going to start with using cocoa butter. I have shredded the cocoa butter, and it's about 1 cup and 1/4 cup of cocoa butter that we have been using from Urban Platter. Okay, it's a really nice option to use because it's very nice, smooth, creamy. Okay, so shred it into small pieces so it's easier for you to kind of like dissolve. It's going to dissolve really quickly then. So I'm going to add this to the double boiler. Give it some time. It's going to take about 5 minutes for the entire thing to start melting. You can already see the wave coming out. So why is it important to shred the cocoa butter? Is because then what happens is your cocoa butter is going to start melting nicely and quickly. It's not going to take too much time compared to any other butter that you would have used. So it's already melting. So the next ingredient that we're going to use is almond butter. So almond butter already has a lot of benefits. If you're used to eating butter, or you're used to eating peanut butter, you're very familiar with the texture. So the advantage with almond butter is that it's a great source of protein. It's a great source of fats, good fats. Okay, and it also has other micronutrients in it. So it's very rich in magnesium. It's very rich in every other micronutrients that your body actually needs. So we're going to be using Urban Platter almond butter into this. The cocoa butter is already melting. We're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of almond butter to our melting white chocolate cocoa butter mixture. Put in 2 heaped tablespoons of almond butter to this. So one thing that has happened with which I'm really, really glad about with the whole COVID phenomenon is that people have started making their desserts at home. You've seen all these banana breads and all these cakes and all these beautiful desserts that people are making now at home, and I think it's such a nice thing to actually make your own desserts because you know the kind of ingredients that are going in, and especially for somebody who is vegan or somebody who's gluten free or somebody who's kind of tracking their calories. So it's a very good thing for you to make your own desserts because you know the amount of sweetener you're putting in, you know the amount of fat you're putting in, you know all the ingredients that are fresh inside this as compared to anything which is bought in a packet, which is bought from a store or something. And the best part about, like making your own things at home is that you can like choose the ingredients that you want to put. So that's the reason why I actually order from Urban Platter, is because they have really high quality ingredients, you know, and especially for vegans, it's like, you know, you don't get so many ingredients very easily, but now with like Urban Platter giving you so many ingredients so easily, you can make any kind of vegan dessert or gluten-free dessert that you would like to make. So, you know, you'll see like this milky kind of like a liquid forming, okay, which is very good. Let it heat, let the heat be on, let it mix, okay. So after the almond butter that we have used, okay, the next thing that we're going to be putting in is we're going to put in almond milk powder. So traditionally you can use any milk powder that you want. You can also use coconut milk powder if you would like, okay. But I choose almond because, you know, I've given the whole the vegan chocolate a very nice buttery almondy taste that comes, you know, and it's very similar to the real white chocolate that you would eat. So I would suggest that, you know, put almond milk powder into it. We're going to be putting in again 2 big tablespoons of our almond milk powder into the already into the already made mixture that we have. So, you know, a lot of people when they're just newly turning vegan, or if they're like, you know, newly getting introduced to the whole plant-based lifestyle, they always have one question, that, you know, we're very used to our milk and milk products, so it's so difficult for us to kind of wean off it. So, you know, I would like to tell all these people that if you start substituting almond milk in your tea, your coffee, you know, your desserts, you know, it is a fantastic substitute to use instead of dairy products. You know, it has the same texture, the same mouthfeel, and, you know, actually it's really good for your body. All the nutrients that it has, all the, you know, the protein that you're getting from it is much more better than anything that would have come from dairy. Trust me on that. So we've added our almond milk powder into this, okay. We're going to wait and we're going to stir so that the whole thing assimilates and, you know, mixes very nicely. You know, the good part about this is like a tip that I'm giving you, you know. So the good part about using something like an almond milk powder or a coconut milk powder is that, you know, when you're traveling, so a lot of people have this problem that, you know, when we're traveling and we're so used to having you know, tea and coffee and everything, and then we don't get the kind of substitutes over there, like if you're in a cafe or if you're in a hotel and you don't have you know, almond milk available over there. So then what do you do? Or soy milk or coconut milk, whatever you're used to. So, you know, that's when, you know, these kind of things actually come really handy. So I always travel with you know, almond milk powder, because it's so easy to just, you know, make your own tea or own coffee and then add this as a dairy like as a substitute for your dairy products. So if you guys are traveling anytime and you don't want to go around looking for, you know, stores which sell alternate milk options, carry something like this. So, you know, stir the mixture for like, you know, 2-3 minutes, because, you know, the almond milk powder has to emulsify really nicely in the whole mixture, okay. So mine is already mixed really nicely. The next thing that we're adding is we're going to be adding in pure vanilla extract, okay. So I really love vanilla extract a lot. It has this beautiful, you know, dreamy smell that just covers the whole place. So I personally would like to add vanilla extract. If you don't have vanilla extract at home and you're trying to make this, it's okay. You can go completely without it, but it's always an added edge if you have it. So we're going to be putting in approximately 4 drops of the vanilla extract, okay. This is the vanilla extract, the pure vanilla extract from Urban Platter, okay. Again, give it a stir. You know, you can, once you put in the extract, you can actually smell the nice rich vanilla flavor, you know, all over. So this is being mixed. Actually, this is a very simple recipe if you have all the ingredients. So, you know, I would suggest like keep these ingredients and you can just pop it, and you can just, it takes like 15-20 minutes to make this, so you can just make it and, you know, I mean, keep it in your fridge all the time and then pop one whenever you want to. So much better than traditional chocolate, you know. It has so many nutrients and it's so good for you that you would actually kind of like get used to incorporating this as your treat. Okay, so the next thing that we're adding is, so the sweetener, okay. I'm using agave syrup, okay, from Urban Platter. So this is a natural sweetener, and it's low glycemic. Okay, so for people who are diabetic or for people who are watching their weight, this is a great option to add to the dessert. Okay, if you don't have this and you want to use some other sweetener, you can use other sweeteners. For example, if you have coconut sugar, you can use coconut sugar. Just make sure that you've powdered it to a very fine consistency so that it melts in your mixture. Okay. After the, like if you don't have coconut sugar, you can also use jaggery powder. Okay. Again, make sure the jaggery powder is very finely mixed. Then, if not jaggery powder, you can actually use something like for people who are on the keto diet or for people who are like watching their weight, you could use substitutes like stevia, erythritol, xylitol. You could use those powders in this dessert and actually make it like a keto friendly dessert if you are somebody who's following something like that. So we're going to be adding in approximately 1/4 cup of the agave syrup. Actually, I love this one, because it's just so nice. It has this perfect sweetness to it. You don't miss sugar, and it tastes beautiful in this chocolate actually. So I would tell you to kind of give this a shot if you're trying to make some nice desserts at home. It has the right balance of sweetness in it. Okay, so we have added this. I'm just going to adjust the temperature because it's really hot now. Okay, so we've mixed in our syrup now. Okay, again give it a nice stir. Okay, wait for 2 minutes. It's going to start mixing in together. So now is the fun part. Okay, I wanted to make my vegan white chocolate with an infusion of like real roses. Okay, because in the Indian flavor palette, rose is my favorite flavor. Okay, so but if you don't have rose at home, if you don't have the rose extract, or if you don't have rose petals, okay, what you could do is you can actually substitute it with whatever you want. You could put in cacao nibs, you could put in chocolate chips if you have. You can actually put in nuts if you like. Okay, there's so many options. You could put hazelnuts, you could put almonds, pistachios, cashews, roughly chopped, so you get that crunch when you're eating the chocolate. So feel free to substitute it with whatever you want. I am making rose today because it's a personal favorite. So this is pure rose extract. I've made it at home. Okay, you can also buy it from out, but this is the one that I've made at home. So I'm putting in 1 tablespoon of the pure rose extract. Okay, mix it up nicely. So the thing that people don't really know about rose is that it's a very cooling, substance, especially in the summers. If you consume rose and in whatever form, that's why there's something that people have been having over centuries is like a rose sharbat with sabja seeds inside it. There's a reason for it, because it's actually really cooling for your body. So once I've added the pure rose extract inside, I have these beautiful dried real rose petals. Okay, so I'm going to add this because it just infuses the whole chocolate with so much nice and this strong but yet delicate rose flavor. So again, if you don't have rose petals at home, don't worry. You can use any nuts you like. You can use any other chocolate chips that you have, and you can put that inside. So there goes the rose inside. Okay. So at this point now, your chocolate mixture is going to look very nice and rosy, if I have to call it that way. Let it be on the heat for like 2 more minutes, because we're going to give the whole mixture some time to get the flavor inside it. The rose flavors have to get infused inside the mixture. So we'll give it a little stir for 2 minutes. Okay, so while this is heating, I'm going to tell you what you're going to need next. Okay, you could have any chocolate molds at home. Okay, silicone molds, or you could use molds like these. Any mold is okay, but you have to make sure that the mold is dry. You have to make sure that there is no water on the molds, or there is no moisture on the molds. Okay, what it actually does is that it kind of spoils the texture of the chocolate that we're trying to make. So I have these two molds. Okay, and I'm going to put the chocolate in the molds. So a quick tip if you're making this or whenever you make it is that this chocolate is heat sensitive, okay, because we're not using any added preservatives, we're not using any artificial emulsifiers or anything so that the texture holds. Okay, what we're doing is we're doing real stuff over here with real ingredients. Okay, so I would suggest to keep the chocolates after you made them, after you demold them, I would suggest to make the chocolates and keep them in your freezer, and you can just take them out, keep them in a nice airtight glass bottle, and whenever you feel like eating it, you can take it out of the freezer and you can eat it. But it's going to stay really nice in the freezer for more than like a month if you keep it inside the freezer, because it's heat sensitive and it might start melting if you keep it somewhere where it's a little hot and humid. Okay, so our mixture is ready. Okay, you're going to see these tiny bubbles that come up. Okay, and when these bubbles start coming, you know that the mixture has been mixed completely, the flavor has come already. So you're going to switch off your gas at that time. Now what you're going to do is that we have to put the chocolate in these molds. Okay, what I did was I made some prior. Okay, because you have to freeze these for like 15-20 minutes. So I made some prior, and I'm going to show you how they look. Okay, so this is the final product, and this is how they look. Okay, they are really yummy. Trust me, if you start making these and having these, you're going to get addicted to these, and you're going to always want to eat something like this. So this is how it looks. Okay. When you demold them and when you take them out, this is exactly the kind of look and feel and texture that you're going to get. So that's how it looks. I used a different mold for this. That's why they look a little more like cups. Use whatever shape. Make sure that the mold is deeper so that you get a nice bite of the chocolate. It's not very flat. So I would ideally use like a deeper mold for this. Okay. So this is ready. Okay. So I'm going to give you another tip. What happens is, when you're usually trying to mold chocolates, okay, you can obviously use your spoon and you can do it. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot of wastage. There's lots of dripping that's happening. So I'm going to tell you what you can do. Get something like a bottle, okay, something like which doesn't have a cap and it's like a bottle. Put your mixture in the bottle, and then when you're pouring it out in your molds, it gets so much easier, and there's no wastage of any chocolate because you don't want to waste this. You definitely don't want to waste this. So put it in a container or a bottle like this. Okay. It smells so nice, like the vanilla, the rose, the cocoa butter. It's heaven. Okay. So we've taken out the white chocolate mixture. This is how it looks. Okay. And we're going to put it in the bottle now. Okay. So that's it. Take it in the bottle and start filling your molds like that. Okay, so this is an easy tip and trick for you to start molding the chocolates. I'm not going to actually fill everything, but I'm going to just show you the chocolates again. So what you do is, after you've put your, after you've filled up your molds, okay, put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer for about, 20-25 minutes, and then you're good to go. After 25 minutes, your chocolates are going to become, nice and solid and firm, and they're going to look like this, okay? And they're going to taste really nice. So when I made this batch earlier, this is the second batch. I made one batch earlier and finished the whole thing on my own. So you can imagine how nice this is. And you don't really miss the traditional taste of white chocolate or the texture, because it's exactly the same. Just that you have to be careful that you've kept it in your freezer and not outside, so that it's not going to start melting very quickly. And yeah, I think that's it. We're done with making our vegan rose white chocolate. If there are any questions that you guys have about the recipe or about anything, you can send me a message on my Instagram handle. It's Karishma Shah Nutrition. Okay, you can send me a message over there, and I'll be happy to answer any queries or questions you have about making this, or if there's any more clarification that you need. But yeah, make these. Okay. They're easy to make. They're very healthy. Okay, if you're somebody who is very conscious about the kind of desserts you're eating, or you want to cut down on your weight, so these kinds of desserts are more good for your body, because they're clean. The ingredients that you're putting in, and they're very, very healthy also, and of course tasty also. And yeah, so I would hope that you guys make this. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, if there are any questions, feel free to shoot me up with it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good further lockdown days that are coming. All the banana breads, if you're done with all the banana breads, and if you're done with all the other desserts, try making something like this. I'm going to come back again with another recipe. So see you guys at that time, and thank you Urban Platter for having me. Bye bye.